Well, for a start, Murdoch University has good academic credentials, and at the same time, as a full-time football player in Singapore, I'm restricted to the option of actually flying overseas, even to Australia to further my studies. So when I found out about Kaplan, they actually offered programs from Murdoch. So I think it's a good opportunity for me that the education is brought here. I love to mix around, I love to socialize, so it's in me to actually know more about people and different ways they behave, their characters and stuff like that. So I think taking up HR management in Murdoch will actually let me progress even further in reading people, on knowing more about management in different organizations and companies.
I like that it's fast track, and because we are always interacting with people from all walks of life, I find that interpersonal skills is the most important. And also at the same time, I find that Kaplan location is very convenient. I really appreciate the case studies that the different lecturers have shared with us, because it's very useful for us to apply in the HR industry.
And I think HR practitioners are no longer expected just to know about people and policies and programs. They actually do need to have a very good grasp of the business. So when I mean the business, I mean understanding the business strategy and being able to develop a HR strategy that could really help drive the company to meet their goals. In the last few years, we have seen smaller companies, homegrown companies that have come on board and have approached us to say, we really want to grow our capability in this area, in the human capital area. And I think that's great, because now there is not only that awareness, people are actually taking that step of looking for expert help. So I think companies are beginning to realize that if they do not invest in a strong HR infrastructure and in strong strategies and really retaining and attracting the best people, they will not be able to compete and they will not be able to stay profitable. I would say the opportunities are bountiful for these students, because they are now exposed to so much more, and they can be involved in the thick of action. Like we mentioned, HR has really evolved, so you're not just going to be a HR domain expert. There's an opportunity to really be involved in the business and to help be a part of crafting that strategy for the business. They do need to have sort of that breadth of exposure. So it's hard to say I'm going to just go into HR and I'm going to focus only on, for example, organizational development. I think it's important for them to get that breadth of exposure and understanding before they really go deep into a particular area that really excites them. I think the curriculum of different programs have also evolved. So schools also recognize that they can't just be focusing on, for example, HR alone, that it's important for them to have that appreciation of other parts of how a business runs. So I think students these days have that advantage of being able to choose business electives, doing marketing subjects, or even finance subjects, and all that helps to augment their knowledge and their learning, which I think is great. I would also add that part of the benefits of going through that rigorous training in HR, if anything, would be to help them to think more critically, and more deeply about some of these human capital issues and how they can really add to the strategic capability of the team that they will join eventually when they graduate.
Yeah, definitely. I would actually recommend Murdoch University's program to other students in Singapore, because, like I said, not many of us are granted the opportunity to actually travel out overseas and furthering their studies. And to find out that such education opportunities to be brought to us, it's definitely amazing.